All right, so let's just settle into your meditation posture. Oh, there's Vanessa's got one of her cats there. All right, and just check where your mind is right now. Just know that however it is you're turning up this evening, it's totally fine. If you're sitting at a desk and your feet are flat on the floor, make sure they're hips width apart. Sits bones are slightly raised, shoulders are aligned with the hips. And if you are sitting in the regular cross-legged position, particularly, it's really, really good to have your sits bones raised, because otherwise we'll be just falling back into our sacrum. You want to keep your spine nice and straight, nice and long. Put some space in between the vertebrae. Imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And your head is very slightly tipped forward, putting a little bit of length in the back of the neck. Eyes down, looking along the length of the nose and the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Just relax the jaw. And bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth. Release any tension in the back of the head. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Just allow them to drop down. Imagine your shoulder blades are releasing if there's any tension there. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And bring the mind to the breath, just noticing the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. And then just check if there's any sounds in your environment. Just allow those sounds to be there, trying not to follow them with the mind. And then notice what's going on in the mind. And just allow the thoughts to bubble up. And examine them with a level of objectivity, taking a step back. Try not to judge or have any opinions. Just allow. And then again, just imagine we're sitting on the bank of our river, just watching that river flow on by. And know while you are sitting on the bank, you're free from the river. Bring to mind all the people of your life, all your loved ones. One of the advice that came from Kadrila regarding Rinpoche was for everybody to practice bodhicitta and impermanence and to try and get those realizations. So anyway, some realizations of the Lam Rim. That was her advice. Impermanence is always excellent to think about, and I think about it particularly when I think about my friends, the ones I love, because it could change at any moment. So trying not to take our dear ones for granted. And then there's those people in our life who we don't really like very much, and then there's our strangers, knowing they could change place at any time. This is another level of impermanence. Things change. But they're all equal. This is where we start to think about bodhicitta. This is the very first step. They're equal in their wish to be happy, their wish to be free from suffering, and having this amazing capacity for an enlightened mind. So we think like this. We think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. So there's nothing we've done that is so awful that we can't fix it. So we're going to do this purification practice for all these people of our life and for ourselves and for all sentient beings. And we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma, and we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, and having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of any future suffering that we ourselves will experience. And we know from our present suffering that we don't want it. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering, and also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. We rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing Buddha to forgive us, and we're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods. So imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head, and you can also imagine this is your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of radiant, blissful, white light, Vajrasattva. And he's sitting in a cross-legged position on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud, just like our enlightened potential, born out of our delusions, but yet untainted by them. There's this beautiful radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed, and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of people you've harmed recently, in the past, and then remember those who have harmed you, and just have compassion for them because they will suffer as a result of the harm they've caused you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice of purification. And we start with the body, and imagining Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham. Hey. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything that benefit others now with your body. So just think the moment they see you, the moment they see even your photograph, it benefits their mind. And the next is the purification of speech, and Vajrasattva very happily, imagine, sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, filling your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you, all of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tatagata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dita Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita. Dita meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sattva aham pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech. So every single syllable that falls out of your mind out of your mouth is a benefit to not only yourself, but others around you. The next is the purification of the mind. And Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on the switch, the light in the room is instantly dispelled. So it's the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so anger, violence, attachment, grasping, neediness, jealousy, bitterness, grudges, anxiety, insecurity, all of this instantly dispelled as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, these are the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech. So imagine they're all gone, completely finished. And there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and compassion and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss, creativity, enthusiasm, purity. So next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And imagine that Vajrasattva again sends light and nectar. It fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabala Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dita Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Sipokaya Mibowa Anarakta me boa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajra me mutta vajra bala maha samaya sattva a hum pe. Ambaja sapta samaya manupalaya vajra sapta dina patita. Dita me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anarakta me boa sawa sidi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra a humpe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra a humpe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra a humpe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra a humpe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra a hum. Hey. Now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we do have a few minutes. So what we can do is do a little bit of a meditation. So we're at the power of resolve, which is the fourth step in the purification process. It's very crucial. So first of all, just rejoice in your efforts, your previous efforts, and the progress that you're making in terms of working on your mind. And just dive in and have a little look and see what it is you would like to work on tonight. Perhaps it's your speech. Perhaps you can only manage 30 seconds, and that's okay. So think of something that you would like to work on between now and tomorrow. And we'll meditate here for 3 or 4 minutes, 3 minutes. And imagine now the Vajrasattva is really delighted with us, wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And you think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. And so next, Rinpoche recommended to meditate on emptiness a little bit. So you can think in emptiness, there is no I, the creative negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. You can think of all phenomena as being empty. They don't exist from their own side. So think that the way I'm looking at things, the way I perceive things, may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit and the positive energy we've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So, pray for His Holiness, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all the holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And I'm going to share this prayer, if it's going to show up. It's not showing up. No. Oh, for some reason, open it. Okay, I'm going to share. This is a prayer that was written. It's from the Laudo Lama. Venerable Jamyang Wangmo found it, and when Kunsan Yeshi, who was Lama Zopa Rinpoche's predecessor, when he passed away, this the Maratika Lama, Nawang Chöpel, wrote this particular prayer for his swift return. So I thought for the moment, until there's one written for Rinpoche, and there probably will be, we could just recite this one. Kema Keu, I'm not sure what that means. Magnificent, compassionate protector, to you I pray, from the peaceful expanse of great manifest enlightenment, with the wisdom body that is the illusory display of great love, appear to your Vajra disciples, give predictions, and bestow the blessings of your holy mind. Until the ocean of existence is emptied, remember your aspiration to lead all living beings to enlightenment, emanate in different bodies according to your disciples' needs. And emanate different bodies according to your disciples' needs. Okay. All right.
Venerable, would you like to finish?
Yeah, we can do the other two prayers. Thank you. And Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us in intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe-Shera, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life.